As a break from watching candidate speeches and interviews, we've been watching The West Wing. That sentence may raise anxiety about my mental meds still working, but they are. The Season 2, November 22nd, 2000 Thanksgiving episode called Shibboleth is my favorite. I laugh at CJ's turkeys. I tear up when President Bartlett entrusts Charlie with his carving knives passed from father to son. I am inspired by an obscure biblical story from a Catholic president's character, the character displayed by the character portrayed. A boatload of Chinese evangelical Christians arrive in California seeking asylum for being persecuted for their faith. How does anyone determine if they are sincere in their life-threatened beliefs or just saying pre-scripted words to get into the country? Bartlett cites the metaphor Shibboleth from Judges 12, verse 6. It was not just knowing the word meant corn or river. It was how you pronounced the word that tested trust. The dialect between saying Shibboleth instead of Sibboleth led you to know whose side you were on. There's a man who bragged on tape he grabbed women's genitals whether they like it or not because he's the star, who owes $5 million to E. Jean Carroll because an impartial jury believed legal evidence he sexually assaulted and defamed her whether she liked it or not, who tried to use lies, intimidation, and violence to steal an election whether the majority of voters liked it or not. Last night I heard that man promise, "I'll protect women whether they like it or not." That was the wrong speech. Autonomous women needing autocratic patriarchal protection to make decisions for their lives. Maybe Sibboleth is a bunch of corn that floats down a river of Shibboleth. 9 days ago, as a pastor and hospice chaplain, I was interested in hearing the vice president's answer to the CNN town hall questions on grief and her faith. I pray every day, sometimes twice a day. I was raised in church to believe in a loving God, to believe that your faith is a verb, how you live your life, how you can serve in a way that is uplifting other people, caring for other people. That guides a lot of how I think about my work and what is important. But how do I know if her words are genuine or a script used just to get in? Soon she said she called her pastor Amos Brown the Sunday the president announced he would no longer seek the nomination. She said, quote, "I just called him. I needed that spiritual kind of connection. I needed advice. I needed a prayer." There's a part of the scripture that talks about Esther, such a time as this, and that's what we talked about, and it was very comforting for me, unquote. Citing the Bible's book of Esther, and knowing that Mordecai said to her, "Who knows if you've been placed here for such a time as this?" That was Shibboleth for me. What is your Shibboleth? How do you determine who is genuine and trustworthy in your life? How do you measure yours and others' words and actions?